Hi Scorpio, welcome to your weekly reading with me, Jennifer. Thank you for joining me. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your subscribing and for joining me. If you're new here, please give me a subscription. So today I've pulled 4 cards for you. I meditate on your sign. I asked the cards to bring a message for those born under the sun, moon, or rising of Scorpio. And I'm also going to pull an oracle card at the end as well as a one little word message card, okay? So for further insight, advice, guidance. So this is the 22nd to the 31st I'm reading for. So Scorpio, I feel as though maybe some of you out there have been having a rough time. You have been feeling like you have to defend yourself. And you are feeling like dejected in a way, perhaps, or just feeling a bit left out in the cold. And I'm getting that because we have 2 swords here at the end, and then we have the Queen of Swords at the bottom of your deck as the overall energy. So, Scorpio, this could be you as an energy, or this could be an air sign that you're dealing with, a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. The Queen of Swords she's going to tell you like it is. She has been through a lot in her life. She sometimes is considered the widow card, the single mother card. She's alone. She's been through a lot. She's seen a lot. She's not always bitter, but her lower functioning side, she could be a bit of a bitter person to deal with. She can also represent somewhat of a lawyer or a judge. So she's fair, she's balanced, she wants the truth, she seeks the truth, and she has no problem telling you the truth, even if it's going to hurt or sting, like a Scorpio. So you could be taking on these energies as the Queen of Swords. You might have been dealing with someone like this. It's an overall energy, so perhaps some clarity has come to you about a certain situation. Because I always like to point out that, especially in this deck, there's no clouds here by the Queen of Swords' head, right? This is a clear blue sky. Those clouds are down here. And this bird is flying in the sky, so she's clear-headed. She knows what she's saying. She sees through the bullcrap. She talks through the bullcrap. Clear-headed. This is clarity, especially with her sword upright, okay? So whatever this is, there has perhaps come some clarity for you recently. Or maybe there's some clarity that's going to be coming. And you may have been feeling like you've had to defend yourself. Now, the 7 of Wands does talk about, you see how this person is in a higher position. They're up here, and these other wands probably being held by other people are down below. So perhaps you are taking the high road in a situation for some of you. Maybe you are just feeling like whatever this is, you're defending yourself, okay? And you could be literally staving off this 5 of Pentacles energy, which we can see that these are poor people. They're out in the cold. They seem like they're sickly and broken. So you're kind of like trying to stave off this energy, this 5 of Pentacles energy. Now, this doesn't mean that you're going to, drop into poverty or something like that. That's not what this card is always talking about. Sometimes it could be a form of spiritual poverty. Sometimes it could be just... because 5s represent changes, okay? They're after the 4, after the foundation is built from the 4, you start moving up to the 5, and it's not a balanced energy. So something might be out of balance. And whatever this is that you are staving off or feeling like you have to be defensive about in some way, it possibly is just making you feel like whatever these changes are, you're not really looking forward to them. And it could be that it's just in the way you're thinking about the situation, because we have the Six of Swords and then the Nine of Swords. Now, the Six of Swords talks about moving from calmer, I'm sorry, maybe that was meant to say that, but usually the Six of Swords talks about moving from rough waters into calmer ones, okay? And it also speaks of, like, you're not alone. Because you see, like, this person here is steering this ship for probably his wife and child or something like that. You're not alone. Could also just represent not being alone in terms of, like, you know, spirit or guardian angels or whatever it is that you believe in, okay? Or perhaps friends, people who are there to help support you, right? Now, I think from what I'm getting from this reading is whatever this is that you're trying to ward off or stave off or defend yourself against, I feel like it's the way you're seeing or perceiving the situation. Because the Nine of Swords, of course, can talk about somebody who is just sad. Maybe you and a friend got into a fight. Maybe it's the end of a friendship for some of you. Maybe it is, you know, things that are coming up that are keeping you up late at night that you really are just feeling really sad about, okay? But this card can also represent just worry. And worry is literally such a wasted energy. Because worrying about something is never going to make it better. It only makes it worse. Because you keep attracting this, like, energy of, like, being worried, right? Or being stuck in your head. Now, I know a lot of tarot card readers say that, oh, this is just being stuck in your head, this, that. No, not always. Not in every case, okay? Sometimes we have things that we're sad about. Maybe you're thinking about things that were said. Maybe things were said. Maybe things were said by this Queen of Swords here. Or somebody that necessarily doesn't have to be an air sign, but maybe words were said that upset you. But you have to sort of not move. Don't steer this ship from calm waters to rough waters. You know, don't go the opposite way. Try to see the sometimes when we go through difficult things, the best way we can look at it is we're going to come out of this experience wiser, right? We're going to learn from it. So perhaps you guys are going through a little bit of a rough patch right now. But you have to try and not be in this energy. If this is you just, like, worrying about everything and, like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Or, you know, being stuck in your head energy, if that's what the case is, you really need to try and get out of that. I know it's not necessarily easy, but, you know, if perhaps words were exchanged or something had gone down, perhaps you can just talk to the person and speak your truth and try to say it in a way that doesn't ruffle too many feathers, if possible. It's good to say what you need to say and to sort of clear the air, right? I'm going to clarify this Nine of Swords for you guys. Please clarify this Nine of Swords here in this reading for me, please, for Scorpios. Please clarify this Nine of Swords for me. Please clarify this Nine of Swords for me. Please bring me one card to clarify this Nine of Swords. Yeah, so, okay. So now we have the Five of Wands underneath, and we got this so we have 3 fives. So, There is something here behind this guy, the two of cups standing upright, right? And it's like you're focusing on what is lost, what is not there anymore, rather than what potential there is behind you. Maybe you were arguing with somebody, because this is definitely an argumentative energy, right? Conflict of wills, you weren't seeing things, you weren't on the same page. So this is about just being sad and upset about what has been lost. But you have to try and look at, now I'm not somebody who is going to say, oh, what you've gone through is nothing, just focus on the positive, because that's not always the truth, okay? But the best way to deal with things that hurt us in life is to remember that we will learn something, and that perhaps our soul has to learn something. Perhaps this is some kind of a lesson that you need to learn, or it will benefit you in the long run in terms of the wisdom that you gain from the situation. So that's the most positive spin I could put on that for you out there, Scorpio. I am going to pull one oracle card from Ted Andrews' Nature Speak Oracle to give us more insight or advice or message for this reading for this last 10 days of January. What other advice or messages do you have here for Scorpio for this last 10 days of January? What's going on for Scorpio? Scorpio. What do we got going on here for Scorpios? For those under the sun, moon, rising of Scorpio. Okay. So I got protection. That's wonderful. I'm glad that we got that card for you guys. So let's see what this says here. Cedar, protection. An ancient tree. Cedar has a fragrance that is cleansing and protecting. It has been used in many rituals and healing ceremonies around the world. Its appearance now heralds a time of protection surrounding your endeavors. Emotions will calm, situations will appease, and balance will be restored. Take advantage of this brief time to focus on your own healing and purification. Events outside of you will be taken care of. So this is basically saying, like, don't worry. Like, maybe this situation had to happen, because I'm going to show you that underneath the Five of Wands here, we also have the Wheel of Fortune, which is like a fated event, the wheel turning. And sometimes when the wheel turns, you know, obviously, first of all, it's something completely out of your control, okay? And actually under there we have the Hierophant. So it's definitely about a learning situation for you. Whatever this is, you're learning from it. And you are protected, and don't focus on all the negative stuff. Try to remember that in every situation, there's always something to be gained, whether it's wisdom or a new beginning or whatever it is that you gain from it, okay? Perhaps something has to change, and sometimes change is difficult. It's difficult for all of us, change. So I'm just going to pull one more of these little one-word cards here to end the reading. And you guys, I went on longer than I did for the other readings here, but give me one card for Scorpio. Okay, 2 cards came out. Okay. So we got beauty and peace. So, you know, it's kind of like seeing the beauty in a situation, or perhaps after this ugliness, you know, this ugly time, you will find peace with the situation, right? And also think about the fact that lotuses grow in the mud, right? They grow in like the grossest ugliest places, and something beautiful comes out of it. So sometimes out of a bad situation, something really beautiful can emerge, okay? And you will have peace with whatever it is that's going on. And you are being protected, and this is most likely for your highest good, whatever this is that you're going through right now. So I do hope that you have a good week, Scorpio. I wish you the best. And again, if you like this reading or if it resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do so now. Thank you, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.